please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Mrs. Lenihan? Here. Mrs. Eichhorn? Here. Mr. Gimble?
Here.
I'll move to approve the minutes from October 7th.
I'll second it.
Mr. Kemperline?
Yes.
Mrs. Eichhorn? Yes. Mrs. Lenihan? Yes. And then I have no particular order. And Mike has the rules of decorum.
Meetings of Liberty Township Trustee meetings shall be conducted in an orderly manner to ensure that the public has an opportunity to be heard and that the deliberative process of the board is retained at all times. Public participation is limited to public comment, is not guaranteed or a right. This is a business meeting of the public body. Detailed questions and interactions are directed to the township staff during normal business hours, please. Each public speaker will have 3 minutes as a maximum to make their address to the board.
Did any of the speakers want to talk about what's on the agenda? No? Then I'm going to move to... There's something on the agenda you want? Wait. Sir,
This
is there
is
something?
about the agenda.
Okay, and Mr. Kaiser?
Yes.
All right.
I'm Don Kaiser, 3382 Winding Woods Road. Paul, thank you for letting me talk for a moment. My comment is, it's very helpful to the constituents to be able to see the agenda online at the township website. This week's agenda was not on the website. And thanks to Mrs. Eckhorn, it was on Facebook, but it wasn't on the township website. Thank you.
I'll have to look into that because I did put it up there. So I'll check that when I get back.
Okay. Does anybody else want to make a public comment that has to do with the agenda? Okay. I'll just remind everybody that this is a Board of Trustee meeting. We're going to go ahead and take these comments, but I'm not sure if they have anything to do with anything that is going on in our meeting. And the meeting is not a place to campaign. So, Mr. Scarcella, if you'd like to discuss something that's outside of the election.
It's actually very brief, Ms. Lenihan. It really comes down to the honesty of the board. If we have sitting trustees who are willing to go on Facebook and make allegations against residents of the township, one would hope that they would have some information in which to back that up.
This is so not the place for that
And
conversation.
we will have that discussion.
Quite unprofessional, Mr. Scarcella. As somebody who used to work at the prosecutor's office, I'm rather surprised that you don't understand the nature of a trustee meeting. This is not the agenda. If you'd like to call me or talk to me about something you don't like that I personally did, you may. Thank you. And I don't know what negative comps? Negative what?
Comments?
Comments. Does that have anything to do with the agenda?
It does.
All right, come on.
So my comment is
Here, you can say your name and address, please.
just finish real quick. My comment is for Nancy Zanuti. She's not here yet.
Okay.
So I have to wait until reserve the right to talk. about
Okay, does it have something to do with the election? Because this is not a place to air out your election
Nothing to do.
issues.
It's nothing to do with the
All right.
election.
All right, beautiful. Let's move on.
So will I get that at the end when she comes in or whatever?
You'll have to do it now if you want to make public comment. We're in the public comment section of the meeting.
I don't think she, I don't know, she plan on being here?
I haven't heard. She usually is here by now.
Yeah, so she's probably not coming tonight.
Do you want to do it now?
Yeah, it's, I'd like to address her directly.
Okay, so again, this isn't the place to address the fiscal
Again,
officer.
it has to do with the agenda, again. So it's something to do with that. It's nothing, I'm not looking for a campaign speech, I'm not looking for anything negative. It's just a simple statement, and I'm just looking for some answers for it, that's all. It's nothing
Well,
alarming.
you're welcome to call her, just so you know. Her number's available and her office available as well. Okay. Zoning?
Zoning, schedule a public hearing for November 6th at 7 PM to consider LTZ 19-02, submitted by David and Brenda Frecka, requesting a proposed amendment to the Liberty Township zoning resolution, which will rezone one 49.923 acre parcel from Planned Residence District PR to Farm Residence District FR1 to permit the development of up to 3 single-family residences.
Okay. I'll move to go ahead and do that for November 6th. Okay.
Second. We can use second.
Mrs. Lenahan?
Yes.
Mrs. Icorn? Yes. Mr. Gemperlein?
Yes.
Resolution 19... One second here. Resolution 191021-01, accepting 2019 purchase orders and blanket certificates.
Move to approve Resolution 19102101.
Second.
Mrs. Lenahan?
Yes.
Mr. Gemperlein?
Yes.
Mrs. Icorn? Yes. Resolution 191021-02, accepting 2019 bills, warrants, and charges.
Move to approve Resolution 19102102.
Second that as well.
Mrs. Icorn?
No.
Ooh. Mr. Gemperlein?
Yes.
Mrs. Lenahan?
Yes.
Resolution 19-1021-03, authorize expenditure for private legal counsel. This is for one bill outstanding to Zashin and Rich LLC.
Move to approve Resolution 19102103.
Second.
So we have one out right now, PO out for Reminger for how much? 25? 25,000. And that was, as I remember, was read for private legal counsel for the possible appeal, but it also said not limited to.
Correct.
And now we need another almost 5,000 for Sasha and Rich.
The Zassin and Rich is for collective bargaining and for the union issues that the township's been dealing with, separate from anything else.
I'm just concerned, we keep putting general matters. For example, when we look at, we have the 20,000 out, there was no appeal filed, but yet we still passed that, and then we've got another one for 5,000 for general matters.
I think that expense already occurred, is that correct?
The Zassin and Rich?
Yeah.
Yes.
It was not general matters. This was to deal with the opt-out and the holiday pay arbitrations.
Okay. So for the $20,000 one, so that is still moot, or is that still in play then? For Reminger?
That's different from this one.
This is not Reminger.
This is
Zashin and Rich.
This has already occurred. This expense has already occurred. is that
Yes.
correct? Yeah. All right.
So why are we approving something after the fact for legal counsel?
This was the holdover, which I'll let you speak, but this is a residual from
Right.
even back with Matt. This was that ongoing opt-out. We didn't know how long it was going to go on for opt-out and holiday pay.
All right. I don't think we should be doing anything when we're talking about legal afterwards.
And we have to pay them when they bill us.
Well, correct, but we should know when we're running out of our hours, and we should be passing it before we're using the time.
Mrs. Lenahan?
Yes.
Mrs. Icorn?
As long as it's for something that's already been billed, yes.
Mr. Gimperling?
Yes.
Resolution 19-1021-04, authorize expenditure for the purchase and installation of, quote, "your speed" flashing signs on Carriage Road. And I did quote, so you don't say that out loud.
All right, I'd like to motion to table this because although I'm not against it, we've done none of our study, we always follow the process of REAs. Why aren't we doing that? And why aren't we determining first whether or not that's going to make a difference where you have speed tables in place?
Sure. So the reason on that is we know Carriage Road residents have come to us several times through the years. They came to us not long ago. I don't know if Trustee Gepperling was on the board at the time or not, so that would probably gauge it if you can remember, when they came to stop signs based on when at that time the Delaware County engineer said those don't really seem to be an effective form. And then they came, and so at that time we decided not to go forward with that. There has been many, I think the latest one was, you would know, 2015, what was that, or 14, what was that? I don't have the information on me, the last study that they did.
Right. All the research ended in 2007, and then the township went ahead with a plan for the elevated tables. I don't know when the most recent.
The one where I think you were in the meeting too was myself, Sheriff Martin, and 2 people from your neighborhood. And they had done the speed study, which they came back with us with all the...
Right.
Right, and that would have been 2015 or 14?
I would say 14.
So then looking at, knowing that we have a speeding issue on that, and that was what was determined at the time, and it's only gotten worse. And the fact of the great results that we have had with the Your Speed signs that was put on Sawmill and Addicts and Sawmill Presidential, that has made a huge impact, from the speeding aspect and from the crashes. In fact, I think when I spoke with the chief, I believe there hasn't been any crashes documented since those have gone in there. So with that being said, and the fact that the Carriage Road is such a different circumstance, they are they really shouldn't be used as a cut through, but they are because there's so few east to west connections. And really the only other straight one, and it's the only one that I can think of that goes through a neighborhood, because Home Road doesn't go through a neighborhood, and Powell Road doesn't go through a neighborhood. So with something like that, something that to me has a low cost, a tremendous impact, even if we in the long term we decide that Your Speed signs there didn't end up being ideal, we can take those and move those somewhere else. I think something that seems pretty small would have a huge, huge impact, and I think I don't know, I'm kind of surprised. I thought that you would all be very much supportive of that.
What's the cost?
It ends up being, it's 20 to 25, I had it written down, it's like 24.75, and then you have 2,500 each. So you're going to be looking at probably 2 sets if you look at how the road is, so 4 signs total. And then you have to put in some of the other information, so I think it's being, what, 11,000?
Yeah, $11,254.55.
But the actual signs themselves is like 2,000 something. So, I mean, the other things that we talked about just aren't financially doable at this time. We can't, there's a lot of things we can't do. To me, this is just is a pretty simple fix, low amount in the grand scheme of things.
I've lived here over 30 years. Back when Orange Road Bridge was a 1-lane bridge. And what's happened to Carriage Lane is very, very sad. I suspect that it is the busiest road, not counting Home Road, other than Powell Road in the township. And I wish it was the way it was, but unfortunately it's not.
Well, Jewett Road might be, but I know it doesn't go through a neighborhood, so I think it's definitely a road that goes through the neighborhood. I would think it'd have to be.
Not to say, but just for thought, when we bought the speed signs, their speed is signs, we said they're movable. Might we move those to Carriage Lane for a period? So,
They've had such a tremendous impact when we haven't had car wrecks. And remember that Presidential and Samo had, what was it? I apologize, I don't know it right offhand, I'd have to go back to the stats, but it was an astronomical number, and that's why they even said that we would probably qualify for the new safety grants that are coming out, that would look at maybe doing a long-term roundabout, knowing that since those your speed signs have gone on, there hasn't been any wrecks, and there was such a high number before. I think for such a low investment in the grand schemes of safety of $12,000, I would think it would be in our best interest to put them on there. It would be different if I think we had the roundabout going in right now and we can move those your speed signs, but if we move those from that area, we're going to be right back to where we were before.
okay. I only mentioned it from the context as it was presented that they were movable.
They are, and they are, 100% they are.
Okay. I thought that implied that we could move them possibly someday.
We can,
Okay.
absolutely. I'm just saying, I don't think the time now would be right because we don't have another fix in place. I think when there's another fix in place, possibly the roundabout, that would be a time that we should or could move them.
So I'm going to motion to table this and talk to Doug about it. See what Doug thinks.
I talked to Doug.
What do you say?
So Doug thought, when we talked about it, that yes, again, this is much more effective than the stop signs, and it would be a much better option than some of the other things that have been discussed recently, and it certainly would be a much more cost-effective tool than anything else that has been thrown on the table recently.
All right, well, I still want to do I still want to talk to Doug and maybe some of the neighbors. And because
Are there any neighbors here?
I'd like to make sure we're doing something that's actually going to work in conjunction with the speed tables. I know, but I'm not a strong believer in throwing stuff at the wall and seeing if it works. I want to.
I'm not either. I am not
Sorry, this isn't public comment, but thank you.
The speed tables are being removed from Carriage Road. I don't think you're privy to that as well. You seem to be misinformed on several things regarding this
And
road.
what are those things I'm misinformed on? Because I'd like to be informed.
The speed tables will be taken out. You said in addition to the speed tables, these signs. There are going to be no additional speed tables there.
Who's taking the speed tables out?
The county engineer.
That is nothing that's been discussed with this board of trustees. There's no way those speed tables are coming out with this board in place. The county engineer can't just go remove speed tables that the taxpayers of Liberty Township put in. That is not a county road, that's a township road. So I'm afraid that somebody's misinformed you.
Well, it's been very recent that I have in fact read that, and it's probably been in the Delaware County newspaper or the Old Tangy Valley News. And in fact, it has something to do with the repaving issue and taking the speed bumps out.
Yeah, that's not the case. I'm sorry if the paper said that.
I don't know what, I do not know what the paper said. I do know that wouldn't be correct. They wouldn't be able just to come in and take them out. I think with what might have been said, but again, I'm not saying you did not read that, but my understanding is if it's repaved straight across or from top to bottom, for it to be done right, the speed tables would have to be taken out if they just do the regular process. Andy's not here, is he? No, Andy's not here. So with that being in place, they repave it in a different process to leave the speed tables in. But Andy's going to have to speak on that because I talked to him. Also, I'm not just throwing things up. We've seen how effective it's been on the one road. I also met with the with the homeowners association at Carriage and Wren, spent some time with them. So there definitely was some thought put behind this. And I just think for all that they've endured, this is just a fix that would be helpful to them. But there's a motion on the floor to table.
Can I make a comment?
Of course.
Just as you consider, in 2007, we had 3,000 cars a day on our residential road. That was in 2007, and you can imagine with the growth. And then we have the planned development coming, which will add at least 50 more cars per day, at least, either traveling east or west on Carriage. So it really is an issue. And they are actually short one speed table that allows for a sort of a straightaway where the speed gets extremely excessive. It wouldn't hurt to have the sheriff they have such a nice piece of equipment to measure speed, time of day, direction, set that up, measure before your signs are in, and then measure again, and that will be very concrete evidence as to whether they are effective or not.
And that gets you to look at the 2014 information too. And also too, we've got the home road construction that'll be happening soon.
Right.
And so that's going to push more people, unfortunately, over to Carriage Road as well. So it needs to be addressed.
Way back in '02, the sheriff put out a statistic on how many tickets are given on any particular, the main roads in Delaware County. And Carriage Road had 134 way back, I think it was in 2002. The next road was Bunty Station at 24 tickets. So you see, we're not even getting, you can see there's a problem.
Yeah, so Gina, I don't know if you remember, but I was on the speed calming committee to write legislation that got you the speed tables. So I'm very familiar. I did 6 months of research in cities all over the United States, and that's when we came up with the speed tables. We got the resolution that you remember passed in Liberty Township. So I understand that it is a significant issue. I would just like to make sure that we're using the best tool available in conjunction with the speed tables, because like you said, maybe we need another speed table. You know, I'd rather do what's going to be most effective.
Was there a discussion of putting a three-way stop sign in red on both intersections?
Yeah, I think we have discussed a three-way stop at Wren. Do you recall the discussion of a three-way stop at Wren, and the people on Wren didn't want it? Remember that?
And there's some people that I've knocked on doors that don't like the speed bumps either, but.
Yeah.
There was one neighbor that, whose home was where the stop sign would be. And he had a lot of influence. And then Chris Bosman said that he never uses stop signs for traffic calming.
He doesn't, but we've overridden him before. So that's never his recommendation. I would just like to just do a couple weeks of looking at what would be most effective, if you don't mind, like another speed table, because I really don't know if those first of all, you can't take those speed tables at 35 or over. The bottom of your car will get hurt. So if we need another speed table, that might be best.
That was, didn't you meet with Andy about the other speed table about a year ago or 2 years ago? Because we did. We addressed this and we got costing on it. Andy got his costing.
Okay.
Well, he took a ride with me around the to see the distance between the speed tables, and there was one area that was lacking. And that's where the speed tends to. Thank goodness it's not on a curve or a hill, that it is a straightaway. But anyone that likes to drive knows that you can go faster on a straightaway than you can. My racing background is sorry. But yeah, so there was one left on purpose, but it is lacking.
How many times do we have your speed signs before we put up the tables? How many times do we put up your speed signs before the tables were there?
I know there were at least 3 times that the county and the sheriff both had done the measuring of speed. And there were times that, not often, but it got as fast as 60 and 65.
But how many times do we put up your speed signs on Carriage Road?
Did you put them up?
You've been there a lot longer than me.
I'm talking, the only time we had any kind of signage that I'm aware of was when the sheriff comes and puts out the trailer. And, but that, he hasn't done that. We even tried using deputies, hiring deputies, but we're a very, very low-cost homeowners association. For all of you that live in neighborhoods with them, ours is $40 a year. And it is, you know, you can go through that pretty fast. So we had to give that up, or we were and we don't see the sheriff, other than traveling to their headquarters there on Orange Road. We really don't see the sheriff often,
Okay.
and we never see them ticketing.
Okay. Well, I'd like to have some online conversations with you, if that's okay. And we'll talk about some other possibilities, if that's all right.
Thank
Thanks. Can I get a second to take that?
Mrs. Icorn?
No,
Mr. Gimperling?
Yes.
probably was the wrong one to bring the resolution forth.
Mrs. Lenahan?
Excuse me? Yes?
We're not saying no.
No, yeah, we'll talk.
But I met with the homeowners association, I spoke with the county manager, and did everything that you just said that you're planning on to do, but okay, all right.
Resolution 191021-05, authorizing an expenditure for township newsletter.
I move to approve Resolution 19102105.
Seconded.
And how much is this for?
Up to $12,000.
$12,000 for this newsletter, okay.
Mrs. Lenahan?
Yes.
Mr. Gimperling?
Yes.
Mrs. Icorn?
No, for the $12,000 on the newsletter that could have just spent on your sign.
It's really unfortunate that the Powell Post Office, we really feel forced to have to send it first class instead of standard, because the last newsletter was set standard and thousands of residents unfairly did not receive it.
We have no stats that it was thousands of thousands. There's no facts that it's thousands of thousands. And
Well, we do. We have a lot of neighborhoods that get it. And the Powell Post Office, we pretty much understand from Mail Pro 1 what happened, and that was they took all of them, did every door direct, and didn't mail anything else. And then when they ran out on their routes, they just trashed the rest of them. So a lot of people did not receive them. And the Powell Post Office is going through quite a bit of turmoil. I think they've had 3 or 4 different people running it in a pretty short amount of time. And I know that I have a lot of trouble with my mail as well.
I don't believe we have any factual information saying 1,000, nor does the entire board feel that way about the post office. And I feel the timing, you could say, is best to suspect that we were doing first class right before an election to make sure it's hit before November.
Can I ask a question? Is that correct?
Oh, well, if it's not a conspiracy theory, then
Yeah, you can.
Who writes the newsletter? Do you guys collectively write it?
Staff wrote it, and I did an edit.
Do you see it too, Trevor?
yes, I did afterwards. The first one, well, we'll just focus on the second one.
Yeah.
My understanding was our staff wrote most of it. They just were given a direction of a certain sentence that had to be at the very top in bold, underlined sentence, and that they were given a directive to make sure it was sent out first class as fast as possible.
So that collectively, you guys don't sit down and say, okay, what do you want to put in the newsletter right here?
We don't mean collectively accept at board meetings.
No, because...
Not 2 of us. 2 of us can't be together to talk
So in a
about-
body of 3,
to
that
talk
means
about
we can-
township business.
So who's got final say in what goes in it?
The majority of the board.
No one person has
So,
one say.
like, for example, there's a lot of, again, like the first one, when I read it, there's a lot of key information that's left out. In my opinion, there's, again, kind of half sentences. We're spending $12,000 again to have the same exact resolution that was put in there last time, put in again. That doesn't tell the whole story, but...
So if you see something in there, or anybody sees something there, I'm not so sure about that.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. It can be, it's solely, I have many concerns about the newsletter, but the content is going to be passed by the majority of the board.
So you can't rewrite it, you can't suggest an edit,
Well, I could, but it'd have to be passed by the majority of the board,
So you guys are really writing it, right?
No.
I didn't write it.
Okay. But I mean, your final say what goes in.
The Board of Trustees has the final say.
When they
No
say-
one person can do anything. The 3 of us have
When
the
they
final
said they didn't write it, there was directives given of exactly what was supposed to go in it. And it was supposed to have an article in the medical director, there was supposed to be the resolution, and it was supposed to definitely be communicated to the people that no worries, nothing's going to happen to the EMS. And so that's worth the $12,000 they're going to send out to. And again, we have no factual information information stating thousands of residents didn't get it. A lot of people talked about, the people that did have some issues talked about having 3 like newsletters stuck together in their mailbox. I'm not really sure how first class is gonna.
Maybe this is not the place to do it, but, so if you have a suggestion, Shire, of change, and you want to add it to the newsletter, or you want to have something edited, you can send it to
No,
Mike and Melanie.
no, I can't send it to them.
Here's how it's written.
So
The staff writes it, and then they send it out to us, and we can edit it if we like.
Now, the first draft, the first one was written
Whatever
by
we see
Trustee
here
Lanahan.
tonight, no, it wasn't.
Well, it was, and I had it writing, and then they did
You know,
drafts.
we can approve it or not.
Could you table this until after the election?
No, and I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why. We are getting word from residents that are so misguided and confused and afraid that I think it's very important for them to understand what's
Seems like
going
you're
on.
saying-
Wait, afraid of what?
They are under an impression that we're losing our EMS department.
So then why would it need to go
Or
out before the
closing fire
election?
stations.
So why would that have to go out before the election?
Because it's our fall newsletter, and because they need to understand the truth. I know you don't like them to know the truth.
Oh, we absolutely. No, Trustee Lanahan, the thing is, all the residents here and all the people that watched it over and over again know exactly what happened. And I think in the newsletter, it'd be great if we put, you know, your lovely email that talked about exactly what you wanted to do. And we've been over it over and over again, where you gave direction saying that you hope that we got the new medical director and that you very much planned on having countywide EMS take over here. But I don't think that'll be included in our township letter that's supposedly going to be revealing the truth.
So maybe it's not.
Oh, I will make a motion to include your email in the newsletter. Do I have a second?
No. Thank you.
But again, we'll have factual
I
information.
don't think you.
But a newsletter is a great idea. I think it's a fantastic idea, educating everybody.
But how many times in the last 8 years have they gone out?
Well, last time there was a rush, we even had to have a special meeting, remember, and that was right before the Kyle Festival, and now we're having this rush, and I have to pay first class. I'm sorry, what?
I cannot wait. Can't wait till this is over.
I'm sure everyone is in agreement with that too, they can't wait.
Listen, everybody, here's the deal. We're sending out a newsletter. We want to inform the residents of everything that's going on. If you don't like that, I'm sorry.
Well, it's a great
Right now, the majority of the board rules.
So it's 2019.
Okay, I'm glad.
So it's I brought it up, and maybe I should have brought it up, but in closing, I'll say this, we can move on. So yeah, I think a newsletter is a great idea to educate people, wonderful idea of what's going on, but it would seem like we would have equal say on, with the 3 trustees to have input in it, but apparently that's.
Yeah, it's not how it works. The majority of the board rules, just like any other government body. Dan.
So,
Absolutely, that's why the election thing is so important.
Yeah, that's
so
right.
legitimate suggestions,
Okay.
a lot of acts right.
Joe, we're good. We passed the resolution. Thank you.
Actually, I don't think you.
I'm willing to get out a checkbook.
Yeah, we did, okay. Let's move on.
Resolution 19021-06, authorizing expenditure for private accounts. This is for private.
Now, move to approve resolution 19102106. Can I get a second on
Oh,
those 6?
yeah, I second it.
Mrs. Lanahan?
Yes.
Mrs. Icorn? Nope. Mr. Gimfly?
Yes.
And now we have unscheduled business.
What about 07?
07 is for after.
All right. All right, you want- okay, any unscheduled business?
Yes. I see the township is giving us laptops to use. Thank you. I've been doing township business on my personal devices for some time. I don't want to carry 2 laptops when I have to go out. So I'd like the township for the rules changed so minimal personal business can be done on the laptop.
Oh, is the rule that no personal business can be done on it?
Am I correct, Mike?
That's correct. The township policy is that any electronic device is to be used for township business only. There are many places throughout the state of Ohio that recognize that people will use those for various things, so long as it doesn't interrupt operations or work schedules, et cetera. So the language of limited personal use is acceptable, within the parameters of the policy. But that would be something that we would have to change because it is policy driven, not by resolution. So if that's something that you'd like, we could put some language together and present that back to the board.
Can we make a resolution to that effect?
Okay, so it's okay to do that? So we can move to approve using the township electronic device with some personal business as long as it doesn't interfere?
Correct.
Okay, I'll motion that.
I'll second it.
Yeah, most of the policies are written like that, so I'll double check it.
Okay.
Mrs. Linehan?
Yes?
Mrs. Icorn?
Yes.
Mr. Genteline?
Yes.
And then executive session.
All right, we have to go into executive session for ORC 12122G1 to consider the employment compensation of a public employee.
Second. Did we,
Mr. Genteline?
Yes. Did you do that?
Mrs. Icorn?
Yes.
Mrs. Lynn?
Yes. Yeah.